in, and then we will start. While we get ready, I'm curious to see where everyone's from here. What part of the country are you from? If you don't mind sharing in the chat. I'll start. I am based here in New York City. Others, you can you can share in the chat. Queens, awesome. I'm so areas your local. Um, I'm I used to live in Queens, Astoria, Queens, and now I specifically live in the Bronx. But yeah. Okay. Nice. And if everyone can share maybe what you do, what business, what do you run? Happy to also see what the different audiences we have here and what backgrounds. I think we'll just get probably um, we have a lot of people joining. Yeah, we're close to 50 registered for this, so um, we have we should be expecting a good turnout. So I think we will I think we get started, and as people scroll, as people come in, I'll let them in. Areas real estate brokerage, nice, nice. That's awesome. Awesome. Real estate is a big, a major user base for us here at Tabby. That's a major group of users. There's agents, brokers, people who own properties, all of that stuff. IT, awesome. John, welcome. Rose, awesome. We have an accountant here, amazing. We have a special accountant program for Tabby, so I usually cover those. I do a once a month live demo like this live workshop, and I do two a month. So one is for accountants and one is for small businesses like we do here. Okay, I think this is good. Let's get started, and then I'll answer questions. So I will go through a few slides, tell you a little background about myself and why I'm doing this, what makes how you can essentially put your finances in autopilot, and how Tabby handles this with the help of AI. And if you guys have questions that pop up during this, please just share in the chat so then you don't forget, and then I'll answer them all at the end. So yeah, let's dive in. Your finances on autopilot, right? See how AI can handle it for you is our agenda today. A little bit about myself. I'm Ahad Ali. Ahad, it's some people have maybe very easy pronounce. And I'm a CPA. My background is I've had an accounting firm for the last 10 years here based in New York City, with 20 plus team members. I ran it. And really, the inspiration for Tabby came from my experience at the accounting firm. We were primarily working with small businesses, self-employed professionals, and bookkeeping was just a problem that there was no real good solution, right? Good and clear solution. And with AI, the expectation has changed. Things are easier, simpler, and you can get a lot more done, faster. And so that's what I'm gonna show you guys with Tabby. I also do a lot of social media. Maybe some of you guys maybe already follow me at Ahad the CPA. I have close to 200,000 on TikTok and about 80,000 ish on Instagram. Probably I think combined my videos have over 100 million views on TikTok and Instagram. And I'm passionate about helping small businesses and accountants use AI to help them become more efficient. What is, what's really, what do I see? What have I seen in my experience of what small businesses, what's holding them back? you know, doing things manually is eating up your time. Forgetting to track things, keep receipts, that is also a pain. Falling behind all year, you don't think about it until tax season, and then you're scrambling. And what happens is you forget things, you're not efficient, you don't have time to plan. You're just like catching up. You're always playing catch up. Or we want to just set it and forget it and then worry about more higher value, more planning, more strategies with your business, right? And you're struggling, small business, I see they are struggling to understand, have a clear picture of their business finances, because the clearer picture you have, the better decisions you make. You figure out where you need to grow, where you need to cut down spending. Can I hire employees? Can I get a loan? All of that financial clarity is super, super important for a small business success. If you don't have clarity over your finances, that's just a recipe for disaster. And what we're seeing is there's just software out there, and the obvious one, QuickBooks. It's just getting more expensive without real value, is what people have been telling me. Like people are happy to pay for things that save them time and money and add real value. But if a company is just purely going after the bottom line of just shareholder, profit, without worrying about the users are really, loving it, if every feature is valuable to them. And so we've built all Tabby with all of this in mind. Every single thing you saw is what we kept in mind, right? So we asked, right, what if AI can help small business owners become more efficient without adding complexity? Because accounting is a foreign kind of language for business owners. So how can we still keep it simple? So that's what I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna dive right in. We are gonna do this live, and so you'll see exactly how it works. We're gonna go into how the AI bookkeeping works, the automatic categorization, how the bank and credit cards sync, matching receipts, invoicing through Tabby, and bills, accounts payables, real-time financial reports, consolidated multi-entity, migrating for QuickBooks, your dashboard. I think John, I'll quickly answer John's question. John, we do have invoicing available in Tabby. We just don't have payment collection at the moment. That is coming soon. In fact, that's probably 2 weeks away, if not less, where you can directly collect payments through credit card, debit card, and ACH through a Stripe integration. That is in Tabby. And those of you that stick around, we do have a special surprise for you. So stick around. It won't be too long. We'll try to wrap this up in about 30 minutes, and then we'll leave the 15 minutes for Q&As. But we do have something special for you guys. So let's dive right in. Let me go into my other screen. Okay. So what I want to show you guys is how quickly and how easy it is to set up Tabby. So when you first sign up for Tabby, it gives you this welcome screen. Welcome, get started. Gives you simple, clear steps of what you have to do. So the very first thing in Tabby, what you need to do is to get the full functionality out of Tabby is connecting your bank accounts and credit cards. So you do that through, we have a Plaid integration. So click Connect Bank. It takes you to the banking screen, and there you will have all of it'll show you a pop-up like this. We use Plaid. Plaid is a third party that, trusted by Fortune 500 companies, very secure and easy to do. And Tabby doesn't store any of your bank information, login, nothing like that. So this is like the best out there for security purposes. So we use Plaid. So once you you continue, you search for the bank. So say it's Chase, whatever. You click on that, and then it'll take you to the login. It'll take you to a separate window. You enter your credentials, and it pulls the transactions. I'm not going to go through this whole motion just because I've done it already, and we want to save time. So once I want to show you guys, once I connect, this is how fast the transactions come. So you see, this is a tab. I have no transactions here. And then I already connected my bank accounts previously. That's why it's showing here. It's already connected. So I just click add account. So I want to add one of this account here. When I add an account in Tabby, it'll choose how to use this account. Is it only for business, or do you mix business and personal? Because Tabby, with the help of AI, can separate what's personal from business if you use a mixed account. This is really a cool feature that we have. And you can go back 24 months to pull transactions. So we're going to say, I just want it from beginning of this year. So I click add account. What it does is start syncing. And here's the other page where it shows you it's fetching down here. It's fetching the transaction, probably about a few seconds. You see transactions pop up. There you go. Transactions just pop up down here. Give it a few more seconds. more transactions will slowly pop up, and then you'll see it automatically getting categorized. So as you can see, more transactions just came, like Costco and Verizon and app, other things, ShipStation, Rhino. You'll see all of these transactions, and they are being categorized. And probably in about a minute, you'll see most of it. So it gives you a little timer, how much time it's taking to progress. And that all is happening really quick. So while this is happening, I'll show you guys around other features that are really nice inside Tabby that will help you. And we'll come back to this, like I said, in probably a minute. So let me go into this tab here. So we have our major kind of output. What do you want, right? So you connect to your bank accounts, these transactions are coming. What is the end goal here? How is Tabby helping you? So profit and loss, the most popular report. This is what you need to do your taxes. You need to see it. So Tabby, you can click on it. Well, this year to date, I want to see it like this. It starts. So right now, everything is uncategorized because it's still pulling the transactions. So you have reports, balance sheets. We have a multi-entity report, which is really neat. So in Tabby, you can actually have multiple businesses under one login, though you need a separate subscription for each one, multiple descriptions, multiple businesses under one login. So I can switch between them. But without switching, if I'm in one business and I want to see a P&L across multiple of my businesses, like say this year, I just choose the businesses, like I have 4 of them here. I click on generate report, and it'll show me this P&L side by side with all the businesses, and I can just download this and export it. So if I just want to see how my businesses are performing, I'm looking at the bottom line. Okay, net operating income. This one's losing money. This one's making money. I make my decisions how I want. Let me go back to the other tab. As you can see, probably up less than a minute, the transactions have been categorized here. It was previously, so Amazon, it's putting the category here. A lot of times it also adds the vendor name automatically. Sometimes it doesn't, and you just add the vendor. So here you can see Costco put in supplies, Verizon, it put in phone and internet, so on and so forth. So anything that's a green icon, that means Tabby has automatic, and you can change it. You can choose something else, whatever you want. You can change it to what? So the nice part about changes, for example, this high level subscription, it put in software. By saying, no, this is a marketing expense. So I'll search marketing like this. I'll find marketing, and it'll say, do you want to apply to similar? Meaning that if I have other transactions like this, it'll automatically apply to all of them. And then it'll learn this for the future. So next time, if high level shows up in my bank account, it's not going to put it in software no more. It's going to put it in advertising and marketing because I have trained Tabby. So this is how you change something and Tabby learns from it. Now, whatever Tabby doesn't know, it will go in the review tab. Like I said, Tabby does about 70 to 80% of the work automatically. The work meaning categorizing transactions for you. You go into the review tab, and in the review tab, Tabby will throw a transaction that it has no idea what they are. And from there, it will tell you, hey, can you categorize it? So like this tax 1099, right? It doesn't know what this is. So I just say, I paid for this to issue 1099s for my contractors for my business, something like that. This is software I paid for. I just say something like that in plain English, and it will help. So we had a bug on this today that I have to work on. So when you say something like this, it'll automatically give you the category. So we have a bug here that's it's not working, but it simply just gives you the category and you drop it. So I can just choose. I can say it's accounting. This is an accounting software I paid for. So I can apply to similar. I review it, and then what it does is it automatically categorizes that. It remembers it for the future, and if there's multiple, it takes care of all of them. So we go back to the transactions tab. We can continue seeing that it has pulled about 4 pages. So basically 25 transactions, so about 100 transactions in a couple minutes. It's categorized them. It's categorizing some more. And so you give it like about 30 minutes to an hour, you can pull the whole year of transactions. Going back to bank connection, if you don't want to connect a bank account, and maybe that's a thing that your bank account maybe doesn't, there's some limitations there. You're trying to go back multiple years, you can upload. So you can upload credit card, you can upload PDF, you can upload CSV, and all of that. So uploading is also option here, though we don't recommend it because then you have to keep uploading and it's a manual process. We want to cut down the time. So pretty much if you connect your bank accounts and your credit cards for your business, you spend maybe 30 minutes to an hour a month. Not even, you don't have to even do this weekly. If you want to do 30 minutes a week, that's amazing. But even if you don't have that time, 1 to 2 hour a month, and you review the transaction, the system gets smarter, and that's how you're putting your bookkeeping on autopilot. And when tax season comes, we have this really nice report called a tax ready report for US users. So you choose the year you're trying to file your taxes, say it's 2026. You generate a report. It'll tell you, are you ready for taxes? It says, no, you have 3 transactions you have to categorize. You got to finish that before you're ready. If there's any mixed expenses, you have to allocate your deadlines. Gives you this nice, neat report. It also tells you other potential deductions you can take: health insurance premium, IRA, home office. Maybe you don't have these. Maybe you forgot about them, but you can still take these deductions, and it points that out for you. So tax ready report, you can export this to Excel, you can export it to PDF, you can share it with your accountant, and you're just ready to go, just like this, how I showed you, right? So let's, I have some questions. I want to go to the questions. Reports, like I said, I showed you my favorite report. Oh, another cool feature I like in Tabby that people also really love is when you have vendors and you want to issue 1099s, you can actually request a 1099, sorry, a W-9 through Tabby. So they get a W-9, they sign it, and they send, and it comes back to you. And using that, you can issue your 1099 using another company like I use, Tax 1099. So you can collect all of your W-9s inside Tabby. That's a cool feature that helps. Along with everything I showed you, you can do invoicing. You can set up quotes in Tabby. Invoicing is only sending by email at this very moment. We're 2 weeks away from our Stripe integration, so you can collect payments through ACH. But right now, you can just send invoices and it sends it by email. Same with quotations. All of that is there. You can set up your taxes. You can set up your products, items, services, your customers, all of that. On the expense dashboard, you can upload expense receipts. So you can just upload it, it reads it. So if you spend something on cash and you need to record it, you upload it. You don't even have to use a computer to upload it because we have a mobile app on the iOS and Android app stores. You can download our mobile app. You can do categorization on the go. You can view reports on the go. You can upload receipts on the go. So the signature on the W-9 is done. It's like a kind of it's integrated with Tabby. It's not a third-party DocuSign or nothing. It's kind of just like script. They just type it and it writes it. It's not like any third party. It's fully integrated. All right, so I think we have that, and also just quickly covering, like a Tabby is a full stack double entry general ledger software. It's not sitting on top of QuickBooks. It's not just like showing you income and expense. Everything under the hood operates as a full stack double entry. So we have chart of accounts, journal entries, bank reconciliations. All of that is there. I'll show you something cool about chart of accounts. Somebody asked, how do we add custom categories? So custom categories. So say Amazon, this is not supplies, and you can buy so many things on Amazon. So maybe this is office supplies. Okay, we have office supplies here as a category. Maybe this is office food or something, and you don't have a category. So I click add new category. So what I can do is normally what you do is you manually create a chart of account. Is it an asset? Is it income? You choose a sub account. Is it an operating expense? Is it cost of goods? Like that's how you do traditionally, right? But guess what? In Tabby, we have this AI chart of account generator. So you can say, I need a category to track office food expense. And something like that. You type it, and it'll give you the category. It says office food expense category, done. If you want to say, I need to account for vehicle expense, or you say, I run a hair salon and pay staff, you hit generate, and it'll generate a custom chart of account for you for whatever, anything you want. AI will create the chart of account for you without even you needing to figure out asset liability, all of that stuff. That we take that out. So that is how you create custom chart of accounts to fit your business. Otherwise, you use the standard ones there. You can also split transactions. Say you bought something and for $100, $50 is for, I don't know, let's say office supplies, and the rest is personal. $53.22. You can mark things as personal, you can split it, and I can just split the transaction, and then you will see on the screen, it shows it's been split. Let me now go to the questions now that I've gone through a lot of this. Yes, split transactions. We showed, is it possible to have multiple accounts management? Yes, you can have users. So you go into Teams, you can invite your accountant, you can invite your employee, you can invite your admin, you can give other people access to Tabby to use and do the work for you. No problem there. And then, like I said, you can switch between it. So I'm in this business, I'm in this other one. Just like that, I switched over, I'm in the dashboard, I'm in the transaction. I am in, and then I go back to the other one also. But like I said, you don't even have to do the switching because we have the multi-entity consolidated P&L. We also have a 1099 eligible report. So if you like pay people, vendors, and you just mark them 1099 eligible, there's a box when you create a vendor here. When you create vendors and I keep add new vendor, it says 1099 eligible. Even if you want to request or you don't want to request, maybe sometimes you already have a W9 on file. You don't need to request it, but you need to know that you have to issue them. So you don't have to, you've already got the W9 on file. You just mark 1099 eligible. You get that report and you see all of the people that you marked as 1099 eligible. So it's easier for you to issue those 1099s in just a few simple minutes. Let's go into other, I'll start from the top. I know, so I don't just skip. I'll start from the top. Invoicing, I answered John's question. That's there. Incremental value that I don't get from being on Mercury today. Good question, Bader. So a lot of these fintech platforms, Mercury and Ramp and others, they have some accounting tools, which they do to some extent. They help you organize and categorize, but it's not like you're source of truth when it comes to a full general ledger accounting solution. And the major limitation with, I would say, Mercury is that say you have another bank account or another credit card, Amex, Chase, Capital One, and you want it all in one place. That's what Tabby is doing. Tabby is doing for you. It's putting it's consolidating all of it in one place where Mercury just is counting Mercury. That's your number one. That's the major benefit. Number two, the learning from your business, the customization of your chart of accounts. We're just what Mercury has is just like a very basic, simple categorization. You can say a table. Here, this is a full stack, accounting with bank reconciliation, journal entries, all of that. So anybody, if you say you're using Mercury for accounting, as your accounting software, they're not really an accounting software, they're a bank. Banks, other people will not really take, that seriously. Whereas if you say you have a actual accounting software, that's your source of truth. So that is, Bader, your question. If I have Bill.com, is it possible to integrate payment processing or integration? Yeah, John, we have plans for integrations right now. So right now, our major integration partner is Stripe. That's to collect payments. Now, Bill.com is also, I believe you can collect payments and you can pay payments. We don't have a Bill.com integration, but we do plan on doing a Melio integration to pay bills. That is on the roadmap. So you can record bills in Tabby, but you want to pay it. Now, usually right now, you're going to pay it outside of the system. You're going to use your bank, a wire, ACH, you're going to write a check. We're going to soon be able to just directly pay from Tabby's screen right here, just like how you can directly collect payments from invoice and quotes. Cash asked, let's see, is there capable to add various business unit profits and dimensions and train play to allocate trans appropriate? Yeah, so this has been a feature request we've been getting with Profit Center. So what we're doing is we're working on a feature that's going to be called tags. So essentially that's it. You can tag transactions however way into different ways, and you can run reports based on these tags. Essentially, like departments, you can see different by programs, however way you want to tag things, you can do it. So that's kind of in our current. We're actually working on this right now. About, we would say, 30 to 60 days away from launching tags. So that will answer Cash your question. Right now it's just like report is one. If you want you run a report, say I want this year, I look at it by month. It's just like for one business, everything. It's just categorized type, and that's pretty much it. Paul, how to add one category to, if that is possible as a category type. Yes, I think John, I demonstrated that. How do you change categories? When you click on it, it'll show you. You can add a new category. You can split. You can search for other ones that are here. If this Amazon is furniture, it's an asset. It's going to go into the asset. If you just want to do something else there, maybe that's it could be equipment. It could be so much other things that you buy. How's the signature? I think Brader I done. We can do that. When a deposit type of gets synchronized, will the deposit automatically link to invoice? Yes, yes, yes. So that is our once we so you can match. Right now, there's a matching function. So say there's a deposit of like $379. I can click match, and I can match this to an invoice. I can match it to other things. So we're actually automating this matching. This is our feature release in 2 weeks, where once we release a Stripe, if you send an invoice by Stripe, and then that invoice payment gets deposited in Tabby, and that bank account is connected, Tabby will automatically connect that deposit to the invoice that you have. It'll instantly automatically reconcile that for you. So this is if you're using Stripe in Tabby. Now, if you don't, Tabby will also attempt to say you just send invoices and the customer deposits a check in your bank account. Now, Tabby will attempt to match that deposit in your check, sorry, in your account, that check deposit to the invoice. It'll suggest a match, but if it's not confidence, it won't do it. So you'll match it. It'll give you like you see, it's the AI suggested. It'll suggest that. But if you're going to use the payment processor in Tabby, then reconciliations. Because think about it this way: when you send an invoice on for $100, maybe through Stripe, and the customer, there's a fee that Stripe takes on. Maybe they deposit $90 in your account. So there's a difference of that fee. So Tabby will automatically record that fee, match the invoice. So that is about 2 weeks away. Otherwise, you can do that manually, just like how I showed you. You can create it like when you create an invoice, we have templates, modern, minimal, colors, logos. You can customize it all however you want. And then the Stripe. So I'm actually showing you in our kind of our test account. So the Stripe Connect Stripe it's live here, but it's not live on the actual. This is just still testing some things out here. Possible to have takeaways. So does Tabby allow for control reckon accounts and auto reckon? So having multiple vendors sub rolling up to single control account. I don't think we have the control account. Sub accounts. Yes. I think it's called sub accounts. Yes, we do have sub accounts. I didn't even get time to capture that. So if I add an account, I choose an expense, I choose the operating expense, and I choose the operating again. I click sub account. So I choose the parent account I want it under. So say I choose parent account. This one doesn't have it. Let's see if I have. Okay, there you go. Accounting. Under accounting, I want to create an account called accounting software. So yes, that's sub accounts. We do have sub accounts. I forgot to mention confirm. And now, let me see if I can show it to you. If I can search accounting. Okay, there you go. You see accounting here and sub account, accounting software. So now, when you run a P&L, you will see in this one I don't have but generate report, but you will have like a subcategory underneath accounting. Matter of fact, I can do this right now. I can go here, I can go to transactions, and just do this. On supplies, I'm going to choose accounting software as my expense. I just click accounting software. I change just one. I don't want to apply to all my Amazon. And I go back, I refresh this page. And here you go under accounting, you see accounting software. So sub accounts is I think what Cash was asking about. Assad asks, does they do continuous link with bank? Yes, it's continuous. Once you connect the bank once, now some banks have their own security features where like after maybe 90 days, 6 months, 12 months, everyone is different. They will just manually disconnect it, and then we'll send you an email saying, hey, go back and connect. This is just a pure security thing that we don't control. Your banks control for your safety, obviously. So, but yeah, once it's connected, it's just continuously pulling. And it'll email you. So we have notifications. So if you go to settings and notification, You want to get an email of the uncategorized transaction. Do you want it daily? Do you want it weekly? Do you want it monthly? You can set that up. So then you will get notifications from Tabby. Hey, you have these transactions. You have to review, go in and review it. They'll do it. So that's that. Um, balance sheet. Yes, we have a balance sheet right here. Let's run a balance sheet. So I have no assets because I didn't connect any bank accounts. I only connected credit cards. So I have some credit card, I have liabilities, and that's pretty much equity. So yeah, you can export this. Balance sheet is available as well. John asked an accounting question. I think we're almost probably towards the end, so I can give you guys the, are you able to integrate website with Tabby? I'm not sure what you mean by website with Tabby, Rosalind, if you want to explain that a little further. Accounting question. If I use Amazon card to purchase COGS type and make payment to Amazon card, it should as COGS. Should I split the transaction? My website link to Tabby. Then are you able to website link? Yeah, you can set up your quickly answering that question. If you go to business, you click edit, you can add your company logo, your address, industry, business type. Oh, I forgot. We also have multi-currency, Great Britain pound, Canadian euro, besides USD. So people outside the US, but we don't have an option to add a website, but maybe we will. But I'm not sure what you mean by, yeah, why would you want to do that? Is it for online stores? Yeah. I'll go back to John. I think that's a little, if you're making payments, if you have a checking account linked here, and you also have a credit card linked here, and if you're making payments from the checking account to the credit card, Tabby automatically matches that transaction as a credit card payment. So that's one thing it does. So if you are making payments, but the other thing is if you are making credit cards, usually if they charge you interest, there's a separate line item called interest. So, and it's a separate charge on your card. So Tabby automatically will see that and it will categorize that interest expense. If John, if that's what you're asking, but I'm happy to do a one-on-one, John. You can just set up a meeting. I'll share with you guys my calendar link here. I believe if I have it, there you go. I'll send you my I'll share calendar link here. So I'll go back to the presentation and those of you that have been here. So in terms of pricing for Tabby, it's basically you can start for free, connect one bank account, track $15,000 of expenses. So no charge there. You want to upgrade, you need to connect your multiple credit cards. Then it's $29, then it's $39 for unlimited everything. If you pay yearly, it is cheaper. But those of you that are here today, I want to thank you for your time and would love to offer you this discount. So you can use this code 3 months and you get 50% off your first 3 months of Tabby with us, and you can scan this QR code. And getting started is simple as just going to usetabby.com. And it also comes with a 14-day free trial, even with this discount. So you can sign up with a discount, you get a free trial, and then if things are not working how you want it to work, we'll happy to make it work for you. Anything for AppSumo? Yeah, if you did yeah, that was that was in December, early days of our product. We had the AppSumo deal. Unfortunately, we don't have any sort of lifetime deal at the moment. Probably we don't foresee having that as well. Tabby has significantly added features and improved since we launched about a year ago. We have close to 5,000 users using Tabby, over 120 accounting firms using Tabby. So since the founding days, we've significantly improved the multi-currency, Stripe, Invoice, our mobile app. So just the price that you are paying for anything else, Tabby beats that value by miles. QuickBooks charges like $75 for their essential plan, which is not as automated, is what people tell me. But yeah, I think that covers everything. Any other last minute? You guys will send you an email as well. I have from my team, I think Anika here, she will email you guys thank you with this code so you don't forget. But I'll go back to Tabby. As you can see, it's pulled in. Yeah, it's categorized a few probably taking a little bit time, and then they'll categorize the rest, and we go from there. All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining. We'll be doing this more frequently, probably once a month, with new features, new things, and answering your questions. Have a good rest of your day. Stay cool. It's pretty hot. We're almost hitting 100 here in New York City. And you have my demo, like my calendar link, if you have further questions. Thank you again.